KION News Channel 546 at 5.
Too early to celebrate. We're doing great, but we're not completely out of the woods yet.
We begin tonight with a progress check across our Central Coast. Local health officials sharing data with KION to see how close we are to herd immunity. Thanks for being here for KION News at 5 o'clock. I'm Aaron Groff.
Good evening, and I'm Veronica Macia. 60% of the eligible population has been fully vaccinated in Santa Cruz County. In San Benito County, just 45%. Monterey County health officials say 62% of residents are at least partially vaccinated. There's no available number on how many people are fully vaccinated yet. Health officials say this is a solid outlook, but there is still concern right now surrounding certain groups. KION's Jocelyn Ortega joins us in San Benito County tonight with who our health leaders say they're focusing on now.
Health officials in all three counties say the efforts to continue testing and vaccinations are indefinite. And while more people have gotten their shots, the concern right now is for the younger groups signing up. More than 1 year after the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, county officials on our Central Coast are reflecting on the progress made so far. Just this winter, hospitals across California were in a crisis, some overfilled with patients with no beds available. Around January, rural San Benito County had upwards of 600 cases. Today, 0 new cases in the last 8 days. Officials say the vaccine is doing its job.
Initially, our problem in January was that we just didn't have enough doses, and we did a lot of advocacy with the state and feds to ensure that we're getting our fair share.
But even as vaccines continue making their rounds, Santa Cruz and San Benito counties say they are still up against hesitation from some groups, particularly those from younger age groups like the newly eligible 12 to 15.
I think that there's, maybe a concerning attitude amongst younger people that they feel like they're not really personally at risk for getting very sick. And that is largely true. You're less likely to be in the hospital. You're less likely to die. But people in those age groups do die from this disease.
The risk of illness for those groups may be low, but Health Officer Dr. David Ghilarducci says the possibility of passing it on to someone else is not.
Over 40% of those age groups haven't been vaccinated yet, even with one shot. The 12 to 15, of course, they just got started, so we're going to give them some time.
While there is debate over the exact number, health experts point to herd immunity being around 70 to 80% of the population. To meet that goal, Kosmicki says San Benito County has been taking a more direct approach. They're spreading COVID-19 vaccine information through social media, public banners, and going directly to households with door hangers.
The pace of vaccinations has slowed fairly considerably, and that's why we need to keep our foot on the pedal when it comes to outreach to make sure that we are at least chipping away and getting closer and closer to that 70 to 80 percentile range.
Health officials say it is ultimately up to the person to make their choice, but through continued education, testing, and vaccine clinics, they hope to see more progress. In San Benito County, Jocelyn Ortega, KION News Channel 546.